What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is another episode of Sewing with Sammie, where we find new patterns to try, see if they've got a tutorial, if I like them, and if you can do them on a domestic sewing machine. So today we are making a backpack for my daughter. She picked out all the fabrics herself, and it's by Fabricated Closet. I'll attach it right here, as well as link it down below in the description. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in a bit. So I wasn't originally going to leave these next few clips in, but it's part of the process, and what kind of video would it be if I had left out half of what I did? Anyways, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the intro, but if I didn't, yes, I'm leaving that part in. Anyways, I was saying it's a free pattern off of Pinterest. It was under something like 100 plus patterns, only 1 yard of fabric needed. And who doesn't love free. Okay, take 1 million. Who doesn't love free stuff, right? I know I do. So obviously I clicked the link. After finding the pattern I wanted to make, my next step was trying to decide what fabric to use. And I do not like making decisions, never have, never will. It is so stressful. So I asked my lovely toddler to choose for me, and she picked a color scheme that I can safely say I don't think I ever would have chose, but it was okay. My husband said it was giving Dora the Explorer. And yes, I call him my husband. We might not be married yet, but he's my hubby and I love him. Anyways, after he said it was giving Dora, it made so much sense because she's a Dora girly for sure, and she calls herself the little alligator. She means to say navigator, but she gets them confused, and I don't know why, but it's really cute. Off track here again, I am so sorry. We have lots of fabric to cut, our 3 main colors, as well as the lining and the interfacing, so that's what we're doing now, but I do take a brief intermission to show off my new grit for my rock tumbling that finally arrived, and then I go to pick up the little alligator from school. Then we will finish cutting the interfacing and start ironing that onto our main pieces. We're starting off with the front pocket now, and the tutorial did not have a liner for this part, only the interfacing and the main fabric pieces. However, I wasn't the biggest fan of having raw edges on the inside of the pocket. Even if you can't see the inside, I just felt like I should put it in there anyways, just to make it a little bit cleaner. It might not have been my best decision because it did get harder to sew when I go to attach it to the front of the bag. I also didn't even try to edge stitch when in hindsight I probably should have, and the pocket might look a bit better, but that's all right. Every time I try a new pattern, the first attempt is never the best, but every attempt after that looks pretty good. So the first try is just to kind of get the ball rolling for even better bags afterwards. Anyways, what we've done is attach the zipper to the front and the bottom of the pocket, and then attached it to the bag. It wasn't the straightest at first because I tried to eyeball it, and that wasn't very smart of me. So I did go back and seam rip a couple spots to readjust it and try to make it as straight as possible. When I tell you that this was harder than I thought it was gonna be, she's not the straightest, but you know, it's not that bad. It could be worse. So I'm not going to say that I am a perfectionist, but I am pretty close to being one sometimes, and that front pocket had me a little bit frustrated. So I had to take a moment to recollect my thoughts and energy, and then I moved on to the belting side and base, as well as the front and the back. So we cut the belting at about 4 inches and then added it to the back of the bag at 1.5 inches away from the edges. We then started to connect the side pieces and base together, then added those to the back and then the front of the bag, and then we'll work on the straps. All right, welcome to the portion of the video where I am quite literally going through a mental breakdown for probably 4 hours straight. We've now moved on to the straps, which I thought would be the toughest part, but that was in fact not true. So I added interfacing and batting to the inside to make them a little bit more comfortable on the shoulders, as well as adjustable belting at the bottom. So that's where the bag starts to get a little bit thick and my machine starts to fight with me. After I struggled with the straps, I moved on to the flap, I guess it would be called, at the top of the bag, and we sewed the lining and top stitched that. Then I added a sender logo to make it more personalized, and that went well. So I thought the rest would be a breeze, but oh boy, was I ever wrong. After we added that flap to the bag, we moved on to the lining. So right now we're just doing the inside pocket, and then we're going to connect all of our lining pieces the same as we did with the outer layer earlier. We have to pin that to the bag, and we're going to set it aside and work on the casing. So that's what the drawstring will kind of come out of, just like the binding, I guess, at the top to clean up the raw edges. And that's where we went from sewing about 2 to 3 layers to now about 6 or 7. And my machine refused to do this for me, so I did have to do a lot of it by hand, and I did keep trying to use her, but it just was not going well. So I did eventually stop recording because of how frustrated I was getting and how many breaks I was taking. So we did eventually get it all connected. Okay, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. It was definitely the hardest pattern I have ever tried to do, but that's the whole point of sewing with Sammie. It's to try something new and see if we like it, see if we can do it. This poor gal has been through the ringer in this video, so she deserves a round of applause. I really did not think that we were going to finish that bag, and I would show you it again, but my daughter already has it and she's obsessed with it, so that's all that matters. It might not have turned out perfect, but it works for her. Let me know down below in the comments what you want me to make next, or what I should try to make. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.